Hello everyone, I'm in it. Today I'm showcasing how to make a simple and compact as heck auto crafter. Of course, since it was designed by yours truly, it does have a few limitations because I suck at redstone. But hey, I'm not actually the worst. So the only limitations this thing has is speed, which you can add more hoppers to the input to make it faster. So that's not really much of an issue. But the only other limitation is, well, it isn't it's foolproof, simply put, as long as you have an item filter on top that it filters only like slime balls and stuff. And it also runs more efficiently, I think. I haven't tested the efficiency with single item. I'm just gonna use slime balls as an example, which on my end they're white because of a texture pack I have. I'll link that in the description. But yeah, that is the auto crafter system. Of course, there's more optimal ones, such as the one designed by the master miner, but I just felt like designing one because why not? But the good thing about this design is it's tileable and it also is reversible, meaning you can flip it mm, you can flip it for via the y-axis. Like you can flip it like down the middle of this, and it'll work perfectly. And the crafter can be rotated into this orientation, or this orientation, or this orientation. One of these orientations works. Or this auto crafter, you can have it for the outputs on the front. You can have it on the side like I do, like on this side, or you can have it on this side, kind of like the input for me is. But I'll showcase how this works, and I'll explain the limitations, or more limitations of it. It cannot craft iron blocks. If you want an iron block crafting one, then I highly recommend avoiding this one. It cannot craft blocks of iron or gold or copper. No, there are no copper nuggets and pressure plates, so those two are safe. Well, wait, no. So it can craft copper blocks, diamond blocks, emerald blocks, and netherite blocks. As long as it doesn't have a pressure plate, it can craft the block of it. And as you can see, it's already done crafting. I'll go ahead and showcase it when it's, well, only crafting slime balls. It's actually a bit efficient. Like, boom. Oh, wait, it cannot craft slime balls. You're right. Only because it can only craft blocks of slime, like not the vice versa. Oh, this is just a slime farm crafter. Like I currently actually have one similar, well, designed by the master miner in my slime farm. Yeah, enough chit chat. Let's go to the tutorial. So first up, you want to decide which side you have your output on. For me, I'm just going to do the front. So you want to place your crafter, and it does work with chests, but I prefer using barrels. Yeah. Then you want to place you want to place you want to destroy this block and place an observer in the hole, kind of like so. Then you want to place your comparator on top of it. The reason why we're doing that early is, well, we're gonna have a note block underneath of it. Not right there, but like one block up. We place our observer facing that way, and we want to have a observer facing into the crafter. And we're already 50% done. As crazy as it is. Now we need to put well, our item system. Like we have our crafter right here. It doesn't matter the orientation of this crafter. You can have it facing down for all we care. then we can have our comparator right here, and we're done. After we place that redstone dust. The way this works is, well, these observers down here, well, that observer detects when this comparator is updated via this crafter being filled up. And the reason why it waits for this crafter to be filled is this comparator is, well, blocking this until it's has an equal value of strength. Like, for instance, since this crafter right here is filled with locked slots, once this is filled with items, which items and locked slots are basically the same thing. Well, for comparators, and basically that'll activate this note block. The reason why we're using a note block is otherwise it'll trigger twice if it was a redstone lamp or copper bulb. Then that note block update is detected by this observer, which will also make this observer detect that observer, which powers the crafter, and boom, item's been crafted. Of course, if you don't care about aesthetics, you can also have your comparator and this right here to make it just a bit more compact, which I'll go and showcase that real quick. And the bottom of this actually kind of does look like tough. Well, yeah, it does kind of look similar to tough. But yeah, the smallest this thing can go is literally 2 by 6, 2 by 3 by 3. Literally just occupies 18 blocks total of volume. Yeah, crazy how far redstone can come. And you know, oh, I mean, this is excluding the input, which will occupy at most 3 by 3 by 4. Well, it'll occupy at least 3 by 3 by 4, which I always make that mistake. I need to place that an input on the crafter. Wrong crafter, dum dum. No, sorry, calling myself a dum dum. It needs to be this crafter. I don't even. My brain's breaking. Yeah, as you can see, there's two different variants. Both have equal efficiency, and yeah, they're both literally the same thing, but one's a bit more compact. One's more compact. This one, and this one's more tileable. Which I'll go and showcase a tiled version of this one. Which all it is just, and yes, you can have your outputs going into the same. Well, you can have your crafter going into the same barrel. I'm just gonna mirror this, which conveniently that crafter already powers this converter. I was just going to showcase that, and I totally didn't forget to place the observers like I usually do. And yeah, it's already done. So the reason why I don't ever do this design, like a mirrored version like this, is, well, hopper placement can be a bit awkward. You'd have to do something like this, and then you'd have a double chest right here where these note blocks are. I'll just showcase that real quick. Yeah, and then we can remove that output, and boom. And of course, you can literally just copy this little one right here over to here, and yeah. This also does work with world edit, I think. Assuming that world edit doesn't destroy redstone dust, nor any redstone components. If you don't feel like mirroring it, you can literally just all do slash slash stack well, by breaking this hopper and this blocker right here, like this block right here, you can slash stack it, and yeah, I'll try and give a better explanation than I did earlier, which on how this works. Well, it has the same concept as the explanation I did earlier, but instead this redstone dust is powering both of these comparators until it gives equal strength, and then this will update, or this one will update. And of course, this is actually a kind of simple way to make a really weird AND gate. Like, well, no, not an AND gate. Like, this is a really weird way to make a gate. Like, you can have repeaters like so, and you can have torches on the sides. And this kind of gate, well, that we just unintentionally made, well, makes it where you have to have an equal amount of items. Well, like an equal AND gate. And if you don't have an equal amount, it doesn't work. Of course, this only works with slime balls to slime blocks, and not the vice versa, like I mentioned earlier. And also, you could theoretically have your output right here on top. I don't know, just a random thing I thought of. Yeah, here, I'll showcase that real quick. If you want your thing to look a bit more aesthetically pleasing, you could do something like this. Still same size, but I mean, I always like having the crafting table redstone part while facing towards the comparator. And yeah, this is the same size as the earlier one, but it's a bit better looking. The reason why we can't just have we can't make it any thinner than this is we can't have a block right here, sadly, and like have a comparator going right in there. If it would literally be like that if it could do it. Of course, you could also just have your crafter like so, and that'll make it one block longer, but this is still more tileable. Like, this is still tileable, as crazy as it is. And there we go. That's all the variants I can think of right now. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.